Boom! We're live. I just got done watching Shannon Thomas Trucker. Um, I'm here for you, Fit. Nice. Thanks, Nevada. Yeah, I just got done watching Shannon Thomas's live with Britt and CEO Big Rig, and I forget the other person's name, but yeah, just kind of a lazy day, actually. I am on my way to Tennessee over by Shelbyville, Murfreesboro area. Um, and I don't deliver until Monday morning at 2 a.m. So I stopped short, about 125 miles short of where I need to be in, where am I? Kentucky. Just had a great prime rib dinner. Huge piece of prime rib. But yeah, kind of bored tonight. It gets lonely out here on the road. My wife's at home with the kids hanging out, doing stuff, cooking dinner and hanging out. So I don't want to bother her right now. I think they were watching a movie last time I called. But yeah, it's kind of a boring night. I do like having loads sometimes that have some built-in time. It gives you time to like relax, get a really good meal. I do a lot of cooking in my truck, and lately it's been like very easy, quick cooking meals, and I'm bored of it. So I was able to stop tonight, go to a really cool restaurant. I forget what it was called. Well, I don't want to say the name. I actually remember the name, but I don't want to say it because you'll know right where I am. Yeah. Other than that, just been hanging out. Say hi to a couple of people real quick. Miss Nevada's in the house along with her husband, Nevada. How are you two doing? Like the videos you guys are putting out. Nevada, I'm glad to see you're back putting out videos kind of on a consistent basis. Really like the last couple of videos you've been putting out. Sterling's in the house. Sterling, man, if you want to hit the link, I put the link in here. Feel free to hit the link. Who else is in here? Jackknife TV is in the house. Always a good time with Jackknife. Yeah, so I was going to actually try and meet up with Velox, but I didn't make it all the way to where I said I was going to go, and I know he's got stuff going on tomorrow. Maybe I can hook up with him tomorrow. I'm not sure. It'd be cool to meet him. I feel like, when you talk to people on the phone or you see them on YouTube or you're doing live shows with them, you kind of develop a relationship, like a friend relationship, I guess. But kind of weird, I guess, if I was to meet him. I don't, as weird as it is, I don't meet a lot of people. Just who I am. Shannon's in the house. Hey, Shannon, I just watched your live while I was eating dinner in a restaurant. Really enjoyed it. Good job. Nomadic Brits in the house. Nomadic, you take a lot of crap, man, from me. I appreciate it. I hope you know it's all in good fun and lighthearted, and I'm just messing with you. Hey, let me ask you all a question. What are your thoughts on getting a truck? Like, you know me. I'm probably never going to own a hood truck, even though I want to. Maybe when I'm set in stone, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't need to make any more money. I'll get a hood truck. And I'm not, that's just because I like fuel economy, even though my truck's not like the greatest in fuel economy. But what are your thoughts on getting a truck that has a couch in it? Like I know the Kenworth W900, some of them have couches. Even I think the T600s are like that. Or like a Volvo that has a table. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I'm getting really sick and tired of sitting up like this on my bed. My bed's very comfortable to sleep in, not very comfortable just to sit up and sit here on my computer and try and book loads and crap like that. And I don't like sitting in the driver's seat, the captain's chair, when I'm not driving. I spend enough time like staring at the wheel and the dash that I like to get away from it. I know the T680s also have like that swivel seat, the passenger seat swivels, and like has like their little desk area that comes out. What are your thoughts on that? Chalpelek. I'm so bad with names. My buddy has one. They're very nice. Is that a Volvo? Does he have like the 860? I looked at one the other day when I was at home. Very nice truck. Very nice truck. I would be curious to see what the weight difference is compared to what this Mac weighs compared to that Volvo. I got to take that stuff into consideration. Nevada says, as a solo driver, it's the only way to go when being loaded. That's where you do business, play games, watch movies, etc. That's how I'd spec. Yeah, see? You know, I don't play a lot of games. My daughter is trying to teach me how to play, what's that game? It's like kind of like a first-person shooter game. I can't remember the name of Fortnite. She's trying to teach me how to play Fortnite, but I'm not very good at video games. But like even watching movies, watching TV, doing my work, you know, booking my own freight isn't like the easiest thing in the world. I spend a lot of time, you know, kind of looking at the load board, estimating areas I want to go into, writing down numbers, and then making phone calls. And I'm always sitting like this, or you know, maybe I'll be kind of laying down with my laptop on my chest. It's not super comfortable. Vic Med's in the house. What's up, Vic? How are you doing? Let me give you a goal. How about buying another truck? Start dispatching your trucks. You have a heck of a teacher. So I've toyed with that idea, Vic, more than once. And when it comes to the teaching aspect, absolutely. Like my mentor is why, you know, I put in the work. I'm not saying like my success is based on one person. I put in a lot of hard work, but I listen and I pay attention, and I'm not afraid to admit I might not know something. A lot of people from my experience, maybe a lot of people with the experience that I have in this industry, which is, you know, it's 23 years. That's a lot of experience. Might think they know it all. And I think that's always a dangerous place to be, where you think you know everything or you're always the smartest person in the room. I don't operate that way. Now, sometimes I operate that way, but it's because I really know, like, if it's a certain topic or a certain thing, I really know in my mind, I'm setting my ways. So I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. Other things like, you know, being an owner operator for 20 months now, working the load board, working with customers, that's all stuff that I knew how to do, but not at the level that I'm doing it now. And I have a great teacher when it comes to that. So yeah, I have toyed with the idea of getting another truck. Hold on a second. Just not ready for it. You know, I just bought this trailer. That's one more thing. I think if I had another truck, I'd want my own. I would want 2 trailers, probably even 3. But that time will come. Shannon's in the house. I got a stool. I was sitting out. Dude, that's a great idea. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll get a stool. They're called condos with Kenworth, and everyone else calls the trucks with They're called condos with Kenworth, and everyone else calls the trucks with the table breakfast nooks. Okay. This is going to sound weird. I want to be comfortable when I'm on the road. I don't care about like the look of the truck. And that doesn't mean I don't like, I've made this pretty clear, man. Like, I like hooded trucks. I like the truck DIY just bought, Classic, or the truck Nevada drives. You know, like, I like those trucks. They're out of my price range, for one. I don't want to spend that kind of money on them. 2, I struggle to get the fuel mileage I get in my truck. I don't want to, like, go down. I don't want to spend a lot of money and get even worse fuel mileage. So I'm not going to get one of those trucks. But, like, I know some of the Kenworth's condo sleepers, like the T600s, I believe, like, they're still, I mean, you can still get upwards of 7 miles a gallon in those trucks. But I really don't care about how the truck looks. It's definitely not a representation of who I am, but I want it to be comfortable. And I'm starting to lean towards these trucks that have like the breakfast nooks or something like that, because it would make my life easier, or it would make my life more comfortable. And I think that's important when I'm on the road, to be like comfortable. LOL Nomadic. Oh, what did Nomadic say? Did I miss it? Probably making fun of me. I make fun of Nomadic all the time. Fate, get a hose and cart and start your... Yeah, horse and cart. Yeah, there we go. There we go. He has it in a 21 Cascadia. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know Freightliner made those. So I was thinking of maybe getting an Anthem, a Mack Anthem, because I do like Mack trucks. Now, I will say this, that it wasn't until I owned this Mack truck that I'd only driven one other Mack truck in my driving career, and it was just a day cab. I was hauling an end dump and side dump with it, driving in landfill. Like it was a perfect setup truck for like the application process. It wasn't comfortable though. My truck is a little bit more comfortable, but it's not, the comfortability is probably like a 5 out of 10. There are some things I do not like about this truck. One of them's, I got these shelves. I don't have any cabinet space. I do have like a little armoire over here, but it's not, I look at these newer trucks and I look at the comfortability factor and all the spots for storage, and that's what I really need. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do something different. If anything, look at a Western Star 49X with a breakfast nook and the owner operator interior. Okay. Once again, I used to drive boom trucks that had cranes on the back of them, and the entire fleet was Western Stars. I've never been in like a true sleeper truck of a Western Star. That's a good idea. I'll look into that, Jackknife. Vic Med says, how about getting out of your truck and start dispatching your trucks? In the future, Vic, I could see myself doing that. Right now, like, I kind of haven't reached my goals, and when I say that, they're really long-term goals. I have, like, I kind of have a dollar amount that I want to see before I get out. I kind of have some other things I want to accomplish, because I'm only 42 years old, and I think I should take advantage of the fact that I'm willing to, or the fact that I have the ability to kind of work hard if I choose to. I will say this: I was a dispatcher and an office guy for a trucking company. I started in the trucks with this guy, and he never trusted anybody. He was a single business owner. He had 19 trucks. And I ended up moving into the office with him so he could actually start taking vacations. And he had been doing it since 1981 and really hadn't taken like extended vacations, like going out of the country to like Mexico or something like that. And the way I want to build my life is like when I get a little bit older, my wife's job is to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm going to turn my AC down here a little bit. So like when I get a little bit older, I want to be able to like take her places and do more than, what we do right now. And I know that can be hard. I know I could dispatch from anywhere, but man, to be honest, I don't think I could have the control I wanted. You know what I mean? I'd have to get used to letting go of some of the control and trusting people to drive my equipment. And I think the harsh reality is a lot of people coming into the industry, I wouldn't trust. I just wouldn't trust. Because I see it, and I'm sure we all see it out here on the road. That was like today, there was road construction. Speed limit 55 miles an hour. I was going 56. Signs all over. Trucks use left lane only. Here comes this truck flying up on my right-hand side, doing like 65. And the way the road was, it turned. And if you weren't in the left lane and you were in a semi, you were coming over to the left lane. Like the angle was, I mean, I had to slam on my brakes going 56 miles an hour. So this guy that evidently doesn't know how to read could keep trucking. And I see that a lot. And, you know, I would hate to spend money on something and have somebody destroy it for me. Nomadic Brit says, Vic Med, F8 is still the girl. Yeah, he'll get it the next decade. Yeah, maybe. London 1, Minnesota 1. I like that, Brit. Mark Ely's in the house. You're not late, man. Nobody's late when it comes to these stuff. Oser, Gus is in the house. What's up, Gus? Oser DM, 20 years and I still don't know S. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't agree with that. I did get to meet you one time, and it looked like you knew what you were doing in the truck stop, getting your fuel. But yeah, I think sometimes, you know, I do believe we all have limitations in life, right? And it doesn't mean that we're less than somebody else that might have more knowledge than us. It just means that sometimes we should be quiet, listen, focus on what somebody is trying to say, because they might just be trying to help us. And they might, in trucking and in business, I think it's a good idea to have mentorship. And not that goes for any business. I believe every successful like CEO and stuff like that started with mentorship, and they still lean on those people to this day, no matter how high up they are. I think it's a good idea. Jackknife TV, I would think right now the economy is too volatile for you to grow your own little niche, for you to grow your own little niche. I would wait until, yeah. I would consider, yeah, I don't want to make big plans right now. I kind of share this on Sterling's Live, and maybe you guys will disagree, and I'm not trying to like be political or anything like that, but like, you know, you look at history. Our economy has crashed worse than it is right now, multiple times. Things go through cycles. You'll have housing booms, you'll have housing crashes. You'll see things that you never thought you would see, and then it will kind of revert back to some normalcy, and then we'll see something else, kind of like these fuel prices. That's the other thing, man. Anytime I go home and come back on the road, fuel's jumped like 50, 60 cents. It's outrageous. But yeah, I do agree with we're in a volatile situation right now. I do believe we're sitting on like a very big bubble. In all aspects of like our economy. But I've survived a big bubble that burst. I survived it. I learned from it. And if that happens again, hopefully I learn from it. And hopefully it's not as bad as, you know, standing in line for a soup kitchen or something, you know. Vic Med says, if you don't try, you'll never know if you could do it. That doubt will kill you in the future. Don't close your eyes and do it. Oh, just close your eyes and do it. When the time's right, I'm sure I will. I don't make like quick decisions. And that does mean sometimes I lose out on things. I will agree with that, Vic. But I'm a very like calculated person. Probably doesn't come across like it on YouTube, but I really think and analyze decisions that I make in my life, and not just in my little business here, but in all aspects of life. Because I used to be a guy that just kind of did what I wanted and was either rewarded for what I did or suffered a consequence for what I chose to do. And as I got older, like those consequences of decisions I made got worse and worse and worse, that I took a big step back. I took a deep breath. I reevaluated situations in my life and came up with a goal and a plan of like direction and how I wanted to attack my life. But yeah, I'm sure someday I'll do it, or I'll do it. Maybe I could do it for a carrier. I happen to work for a carrier that also has a brokerage. Maybe I could, weasel my way into some other job. Who knows? Nomadic. Get your wife in the truck now that it's living can get that. Yeah, my wife ain't gonna get in the truck, Nevada. You're definitely lucky that Miss Nevada. Not lucky. It's cool to see Miss Nevada and you go through your journey. My wife ain't gonna get into a truck. Worth every dollar extra spent in fuel. Oh, I'm sure it is. Just not for what I want to get. Does that make sense? And I think sometimes I come across like a real big a-hole and like saying stuff that like might upset people. And I mean, that's nature, but it's not that I'm a hater. It's just, I've done numbers on the difference between 1 mile a gallon difference in fuel economy and how much money you either spend or save. Now, if I was in your shoes and my wife was with me and she could drive, maybe that would make sense. Like maybe my profit margin wouldn't be affected as much. But I know for what I do, my profit margin would be really affected if I had the truck that I probably really, really wanted. I wouldn't run the way I do, I just, because I don't think it would be effective. Yeah, see, that's what I would do. He sleeps on the top bunk and keeps the bottom set up as an office. That's exactly what I would do. 100%. I would sleep on the top bunk. Trucking across America. Mudflap got a promo code going this week and buy $500 in diesel and get a free hat. Did you even get your promo code figured out, Fit? Got my promo code figured out, and I'm receiving my hat. I actually got diesel fuel today on Mudflap. I've noticed when fuel skyrockets, my EFS, my open roads, and my ComData, like my fuel savings go down quite a bit, to where that's when Mudflap, this is my opinion and this is what I see in the lanes I run, when fuel spikes, that's when the Mudflap app kind of dominates all these other fuel cards. I know Nevada just did a video on, I believe it was 5 different fuel cards that he uses. Go check that video out. But yeah, I've noticed in the lanes I run, when fuel really starts going up, that's when Mudflap destroys the fuel cards that I have. So I've been using Mudflap I came back Wednesday, so Wednesday to Saturday I've been using Mudflap. I fueled up 60 gallons when I left the house, and I just put in 125 today. And then reefer fuel. Although, here's the other thing. I would argue try and really search Mudflap, okay? Search Mudflap, use a promo code from somebody, or if you don't want to use a promo code, just set up your own account. Cash is King has got a promo code. Nevada's got one. DIY's got one. I have one. Everybody's got one. Download the app, because here's the thing. I got DEF fluid for obvious reasons. I drive a truck that has an after treatment system. I got DEF fluid yesterday for $2.99 a gallon. If you look around, DEF's like $4 a gallon right now, $3.95. I've seen it all the way up to $4.25 a gallon. And there's a lot of mom and pop truck stops that will have DEF at like $2.99 a gallon, and you'll get 100% diesel fuel, no biodiesel. So check Mud Flap out. The store I'm talking about is on I-90 in Poynette, Wisconsin. I believe it's exit 115. There's also one in exit 61. Cash is King has talked about it. I think it's Highway Harry's or something like that. So if you're driving through Wisconsin on the I-90 39 area, take a look at that. Oh, shoot, it just jumped. Here we go. Don't they have a bed that folds, blah, blah. Don't they have a bed that folds out over the bottom of the breakfast nook? I think that's how Volvo should have done it because the top bunk is not that comfortable. So the Volvo I looked at didn't have a bed that came over like the breakfast nook. It was kind of like an RV setup where like the breakfast nook also turned into a bed. However, this was in an 860. The upper bunk was as big as like the bed I'm in right now. So it wasn't like a small upper bunk. It was, the bed was a big bed up the top bunk. I didn't climb up and lay in it though. Nevada says, evening, Britt. I'm in your neck of the woods, Montgomery. Cassius King is in the house. Western Stars are okay. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, but you can't fit a comfortable mattress in the Murphy bed. Okay. I'd like a way to tabs on a Western Star. See, I don't know crap about Western Stars. I do know Western Stars use a Detroit engine, right? Western Star, isn't a Western Star like the upgraded version of like a Freightliner Cascadia? Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe like every Freightliner dealership I see, I also see like the Western Star logo. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Jackknife TV. Here's the answer. The 49X basically has the Cascadia sleeper, but done up Western Star style, and the front is pretty badass. Looking, it's got intake that light up amber. Oh, you gotta have those lights, man. Those lights. No, I know what you mean. And when I see stuff like that, I think it's pretty cool too. I'm joking around, making fun. I'm kind of making fun of DIY semi. You know, DIY semis got chrome, a hood, chicken lights, everything that makes you money. DIY went out and bought. Top Bunk in Cascadia is a platform, can put any mattress up there. Well, the Volvo one I looked at, I could have put, so this is an oversized mattress that I have in my truck. I could have put this mattress up there. Wow, you're 42. You look much older. Thanks, Cash. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I got a receding hairline, losing my hair. Man, I don't know if you can see it, but I got a scar. Where is it? Oh, right there. This is hard. God, I'm an idiot. I got a scar right up here. No, it's on this side. Whatever side. I got a scar right up here. I got hit in the head. So I lost my helmet in hockey. This is when you get up into junior hockey and you can remove your shield and all that. I got hit and my helmet fell off. And a guy, I don't know what he was thinking, but he went to hit me with his stick, because you can kind of hit people with your stick. Well, he hit me right in the top of the head and hard, like there's blood all over the ice. Kind of sucked. Cash says what you're thinking, that I'm old. When he gets older, Fate will use Uber Freight, or Uber the rideshare company. Cat Beard Game Strong. Yeah, beard. I just got it trimmed too. Like I'm really bad at trimming my own beard. I'm not bad at shaving around it, but like I've trimmed it before and trimmed areas too short and stuff like that. So now I always just go get it professionally done. And I got a really good barber right by my house. So right before I went out, I had the beard trimmed. Yeah, Nevada. So here, Nevada's got this comment. I get passed all day in construction zones. That's probably the only time you see me twice. LOL. Yeah, I've seen you. I believe you almost got hit in a construction zone. Like right after you put that, what is it, Eagle Eye or something, your camera system that you have. I remember you made a video about it. If a guy came way over into your lane and almost hit you. Yeah, people drive nuts, man. And especially when you get out, like I get it, you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And like today, nobody was working in the construction zones, but still, like, we should obey the speed limit, you know, and at least follow the sign. Like, they put signs up for a reason, right? Like, all trucks in the left lane, there's a reason for that. We don't need to be Billy Badass driving in the right lane, hammer down, and say, you know, oh, I got somewhere I gotta be, and driving like an idiot. I hope those people get tickets. Like, that's what I really wish. I really wish those people, I don't want them to get hurt. I don't want them to crash, but I want them to get tickets. All the time you see those signs that say under video surveillance. I don't know if that's true or not. I kind of hope it is, though, and these people get tickets. Yeah, Cash, you better be careful in those 55-mile-an-hour zones. They got cameras up. So I haven't shared this, but I'll share it now. I did not get a ticket, so I'm good. I was in Pennsylvania on the Turnpike. So what is that, 76? And I was going down a mountain or a hill, however you want to look at it, and the speed limit's 70 miles an hour on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. And I think I've shared before, like, the fastest I'll set my cruise is 65. Well, I was going down the hill, and it went from 70 to 55 into a construction zone. I got a ticket, or it wasn't a ticket. It was a letter saying our cameras caught you doing 70 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. And it had my truck. It was like 3 different photos. And one of the photos, you can just about make out my entire face sitting behind the wheel. And so, yeah, I know that they have cameras. I know they work because I got a letter in the mail saying slow it down in construction zones. Even though, I mean, I'm sure there was a sign that I missed telling me I better slow down soon, but it was super fast. Like, and I slowed down after I got into the construction zone. But the fact is I entered the construction zone doing 70 miles an hour, man. And I got the letter in the mail that said, you know, the next time I will receive a ticket if I get caught again. I use Cash's Kings. Thanks, man. Mudflap, I hope. Yeah, Jackknife, DEF, yeah, it's a necessary evil, at least right now. I kind of have some stuff planned, but I don't want to share it. Nevada Trucking and Trail said, Mudflap is a great fuel setup. My favorite, just not always the cheapest. Yeah, Nevada, I agree with you, man. There's times it's not the cheapest. I will argue right now, depending on where you are, Nevada, I know you've shared, like, when you head out west, there isn't many stops for you. And based on your videos, I think you're back west. But when you get back to the Midwest or East, hit that app up. When you're seeing fuel above $5 a gallon, hit that app up, because that's when I see Mudflap having like the most aggressive fuel discounts. I saved 45 cents today in Illinois. And then Illinois has a high IFTA tax too. So if I took that out, I paid $3.95 for fuel today. I think that's pretty good. There's Trucking Life's in the house. Howdy there, lonely trucker. Yeah, I didn't know what to title anything. How are you doing, man? You want to come in here? I did put the link up. If I need to put the link up again, if somebody wants to come in, I ask that you can speak English, like real English, and not buggies and croissants. No, I'm kidding, Britt. I am kidding with you, man. Western Star is the Cascadia, I believe. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like the upgraded version. Gus FC, when you see a Western Star, look at the parlors. How they slant a little. It's a nice look. Okay. Pillars. Okay. I'll have to look at that. They slant like this, right? I mean, I've seen Western Stars. I've never been in one that's a sleeper truck. Just day cabs. Trucking with T-Bones in the house. Evening, fellas. Evening. Trucking with T-Bone. Thanks for stopping by here. This small little channel, man, but we have fun. Well, there's a newer model that are more tailored by Freightliner, like the 49X and I think the 57X. They're aerodynamic and more fuel efficient, but they still have a long hood. Okay, 4900 models. I'll look into that. I mean, when I decide to buy a truck, like I said, the next truck I buy is going to be one that, like, I really try and, like, spec it to how I want, what I want. And the biggest thing I want fuel economy and I want comfortability. Like, those are the two main things that I want. Like I said before, if it looks a certain way, cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, the look doesn't matter to me. Because really, like, I even took out my passenger seat. So, like, if one of my daughters wanted to come with me right now, or my wife, like, they're sitting in the bunk. Like, you know. Yep, that was a construction zone where... We're all subject to a lane. Nobody listens to those, it seems. Yeah, you know what I mean? They specify what lanes they want us to be in, what miles per hour they like us to go, and a lot of people are oblivious to that. You know, they don't pay attention, or they just don't care. Like, I was talking to somebody yesterday about, hold on. Like the evolution of truck driving, right? And I'm a third generation trucker. My grandfather trucked his entire life after the wars. My grandfather was in two wars, World War II and the Korean War. My dad trucked until I was about like 6 years old. And then he got into like the professional side of his job. And then there's me. And trucking has changed so much, even in like my lifetime, that like the camaraderie's kind of gone. And I think part of that is the influx of the different type of drivers that are out here. You know, I'm not saying anything we don't know, but like some of them probably don't even speak English. And that's dangerous. Like, that is dangerous. And it used to be kind of, I mean, I can't imagine going to a shipper and receiver and wearing my pajamas. Like, when did that ever become a thing? Doesn't mean sometimes I'm not dressed like a little bit more comfortable. If I'm driving from the Midwest out to Pennsylvania or New Jersey, I got 1,100 miles to go. You know what? I'll throw my basketball shorts on when I'm driving. I'll put a tank top on when I'm driving. But when I get somewhere to like a receiver or a shipper, I'm certainly not going to walk into that facility looking that way. And could you imagine like our grandparents doing that? Hell no. They were probably, I know my grandfather, the company he drove for, had like work shirts he had to wear every day, you know, button up shirts. he looked like a trucker. That's really not the case this day and age. It's changed so much. I heard Shannon in her live talking about reading atlases and stuff and what the red dots were on a map. I'm not calling Shannon out by any stretch of the imagination, but there's things that we should all know as truck drivers that just doesn't get taught anymore today, or for some reason just gets overlooked. And I think it's a detriment to the industry. I really do. And I also believe shippers and receivers play a role in that. I don't think shippers and receivers, I knew based off what my dad just told me and my grandfather when he was alive, they were happy to see them show up. That's really not the case this day and age. They don't even want to talk to us. How many times do we stand there with a man or a woman right in front of us, completely ignoring us, and then slides their door open? How can I help you? It's can't stand getting my doors blown off by trucks doing 10 or to 20 over the construction zone in the wrong lane. Yeah, I can't stand it either. How does that Eagle Eye system work? Is it pretty easy to use and install? I'd like to run it so I can have a live feed. So Jackknife TV, go check out Nevada. He put a video about installing it. I've read about it. I almost purchased it. It was a little bit more money than I wanted to spend at the time. I run 2 Garmin dash cams, one that faces out front, and I actually put one that you can see the side of my truck on the passenger side. I don't have anything that I can see on the driver's side of the truck, just because I can't find a good place to mount another camera. That's not my way. But yeah, they look like great camera systems. They were expensive, but I think you pay for what you get. And a lot of us talk about money, and I know money's tight right now and stuff like that. But, investing in security, in my mind, is never a bad thing. In Nevada, look at some of his videos that he does. Look at the video he just did about, hope you don't mind me talking about Nevada. Text me because I'm way behind in comments if you don't want me to talk about it. He was in a little fender bender the other day, and look how clear those cameras showed every angle. That'll save your ass big time. Hey, F8 in chat, just finished supper with the family, finally home after almost a month out. Well, grade 8, enjoy some family time. We should chat again. It's been a while. Chat just jumped on me. Sorry. Jackknife TV, unless you're a Pennsylvanian, then you leave all the construction signs up. Yeah. That's the other thing. There's construction everywhere, man. Everywhere I go, there's construction. Hopefully it's done here in a little bit. I'm missing some comments here. Nevada says, I check them all every time I fuel stop them. All fuel is all about savings. Yes, you must mean you check Mudflap. Fuel is about savings. It's about knowing, it's about knowing how to buy fuel the right way too. A lot of people buy fuel the wrong way, and I'm sure I know I've bought fuel the wrong way before. To say I've never done it is a lie. I've actually taken a lot of advice from Cash is King on how to purchase my fuel. I would say DIY, but there's times that I call Cash because I feel like I've asked DIY the same question like 4 times and he's going to think I'm an idiot. So I'll call Cash. And Cash has given me some great pointers on buying fuel. Trucking with T-Bone says, I love my Western Star. Okay. Yeah, I've never been in, like I said, a sleeper cab of a Western Star, only driven day cabs. And I think the next truck I'm going to buy, I want a manual transmission. I miss the manual transmission. I do like this M-Drive. This M-Drive is really, like, the functionality of it, like how it functions, is really cool. How it will match speeds. Hold on one second. Confirmation receipt. Well, I certainly wasn't exposed to toxins from 1953 to 1987. Anyway, sorry about that. Phone's dying. Okay, this trucking life next time then. Nevada says, plug it in, trucking life. Oh yeah, plug it in, trucking life. Plug it in. There you go. Calvin, you do meth? No, I don't do meth. Never even tried it. Funny story though about where I grew up, meth like overtook the area I grew up in, and I saw friends like their entire lives destroyed by it. I've had a couple of friends die from I don't know if it was meth overdoses. I know one was heroin, and but yeah, no, I don't mess around with drugs, man. They look fun, but I don't mess around with them. T-Bone, you have the biggest truck on YouTube. Okay, I'll have to check that out. T-Bone's truck works out. Great. I'm going to check that out now. Shannon, it's okay. I called myself out on the map thing. You kind of did, Shannon. Which, you know what? Good for you. Like, I was going to type something in the comments, but decided not to. Yeah, but I do think learning how to read a map and understanding your atlas is a very, very good tool. Like, very good tool. And especially certain areas, you know, Memphis, Tennessee, parts of like Jersey, Chicago, man. Chicagoland's full of low bridges that if you don't pay attention, the mafia is gonna get you. Like, for real. Like the tow truck mafia, they're gonna get you. Nevada Trucking and Trails. Eagle Eye. No, it is not easy to install, and I didn't like the way you get. Oh, really? Huh. I didn't know that. I thought it was pretty simple for you to install. I remember watching you do a video about it. That was so long ago, though. That was probably over a year ago now. So I don't remember much of it. This trucking life's going back to a movie with his family. Well, good night, trucking life. Enjoy family time. I'm kind of behind here. All right. Yeah, no, Nevada, I'm glad you don't care what I said. It wasn't, I'm not knocking you at all. It's just like your video evidence. I mean, hope you don't mind me saying it. You sent it to me. Like if I was in that scenario, I don't think my video would be as clear and almost precise as yours is. I was involved in an accident. Some guy backed into me at a rest area a couple of months ago, and it showed up kind of grainy. I had footage of it. We were able to use, download it and then blow up the picture to get the license plate and everything like that. But the picture was kind of blurry. I remember coming into Pennsylvania at night on 84 to 81. Always leave construction lights for miles, even if there's no one working. Yeah, you have all those lights that say you are entering construction zone 55 miles an hour when lights are flashing. And the lights are flashing, so you slow down, but the lanes are wide open. Like, there's no construction going on. And I'll be honest, ever since I got that letter, I follow all those signs to a T when I'm in Pennsylvania. Because Pennsylvania is a state that I I do a lot of business in. I don't want to get a ticket in there. T-Bone has a lift for him to get in the truck. Yeah, okay, T-Bone has a Western Star 5700 series. Nice blue one. Okay, I'll have to check that out. You know, I have such a small group of people I watch on YouTube. I really need to broaden my horizons on YouTube. I watch trucking. I watch certain gaming channels. I watch like history stuff on YouTube. I've really gotten into a topic that I want to do a video about, and I'll just kind of talk about right now. Learn the power of the word no. Like honestly, learn the power of the word no. It's 2 letters, but that word can like make you and break you at the same time. So I've been watching a lot of like psychology videos on the word no and understanding what that can do for like your overall mental health, for business strategies, all kinds of things. So yeah, maybe Google that or YouTube that tonight and listen to some of the videos that talk about the word no. Trucking with T-Bone at Jackknife TV. Mine is a 5700, not the new gen 57. Okay, old school. T-Bone, do you have an after treatment system in that truck? That's another thing. I don't know if trucks without after treatment systems are getting old, man. They're getting old. Yo, Nevada, I just jumped down a couple. Sorry. So do I, dude. I miss Joe Rogan on YouTube. I don't listen to him on Spotify. It's because I don't want to pay to see the video, even though I pay for like certain other things, you know, different streaming services. And yeah, for some reason, I'll watch his clips on YouTube. You know, I'll watch the 5-minute clips that he puts up or something like that. But it's been a long time since I've listened to his podcast. I miss Joe Rogan on YouTube as well. I get why he did it, though. I would do the same thing. Correct. The 2022s are the last of the 5700 series. Okay. Yes, it has an after treatment system. It's 2017. Well, I'll tell you what, Trucking with T-Bone, I'll go to your YouTube channel tonight. Matter of fact, let's do this right now. Is your channel name? Yeah, you got a name by that. Trucking with T-Bone. Yeah, here we go. I'll subscribe to you right now. Boom, subscribed. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen your videos. I've seen your videos. See, funny how that works. I know, boring, right? Sorry, guys. But yeah, I've seen your videos, Trucking with T-Bone. Jackknife TV says, I got a ticket last month. I knew I was doing 58, but the Wisconsin State Trooper says it was 61 and a 45. And those small towns with 4 or 5 farms were in drops of 55 to 45. Yeah, you know, that happens a lot on Highway 39. I'll tell you, Trucking or Jackknife TV, do you have I can't believe I forgot the name. I was going to talk about it. I have that prepaid legal service that Cash is King has talked about. I actually have one of my fuel cards through them too. Not a bad idea to invest in maybe some prepaid legal services. I believe for the total year was $600. I think that's what it is, $600 or maybe $550 for the total year. But any problems you have, you can send it to them and they will deal with it. Cash is King has talked about, I believe he fought a ticket for like 9 months or something. It was outrageous how long he fought a ticket for, and he ended up kind of winning. Trucking with T-Bone, thanks, but yeah, no problem, man. That trucking community, we should support each other. And like I said, now that I saw your face, I've seen your videos. Fate, T-Bone's a bit of a lightweight, just needs to support him. Okay, well, I'm supporting him, Britt. Driver's legal plan, yeah, but it's oh my god, I can't believe I can't remember it. I'm drawing here. I have their app. Now it's just trying to find it. TVC Pro Driver. TVC Pro Driver. They have different levels, like you can just get a fuel card through them, but they also have prepaid legal service, which I would highly, highly recommend. I've had 2 issues at scale houses that I knew I was in the right. Like I knew I was in the right. I even showed one of the officers the law, and he wasn't interested in seeing the law. And there's certain times I know to bite my tongue and not say anything. So I did, and asked for a ticket, not a warning, and ended up winning the deal in the court battle. Because of that legal service, I didn't pay anything. I didn't pay anything extra because, like I said, I believe it ended up being $600 for the year. And yeah, it's protection. Man, you guys are commenting and I'm just jumping. It was Highway 10. Oh, that's even worse. Damn, he really did you wrong, Jackknife. Oh, shoot. Hitting you for a reckless. It's 30 CSA points. My God. Yeah, see? Hopefully you fight it, man. Hopefully you can find a way to fight it somehow. Because, yeah, those CSA, I mean, with insurance going up and everything, yeah, that sucks. Anything over 15 is reckless. Yeah, that's what scared me, Nevada, when I got the letter for driving too fast in the construction zone from Pennsylvania. They clocked me at 70 miles an hour in a 55. See, this thing even bounces. I need a new truck. I just need a new truck. I'm going to have to stay with this truck for, we have another Brit in the house. I can't even come up with anything. Like a condom for your right foot? I don't think I've seen you before. The Emina Forcer? That's great. Stuart, these American drivers, yeah. We don't hit buildings, though. I've seen some pretty crazy videos of from across the pond where drivers are making corners and taking out houses, like these old-ass brick houses. Yeah, be careful in Pennsylvania, man. Pennsylvania, it's a love-hate state. Like, it's going to cost you a lot of money if you want to take tolls. If you choose not to take tollways, you're going to see some beautiful country, but you're going to be on 2-lane, like, mountain roads, and they can be pretty sketchy at times. But I do a lot of business out in Pennsylvania, and I actually have family. My cousins live out in Pennsylvania, in York, Pennsylvania. But yeah, I don't mind Pennsylvania. Just be careful. A lot of road constructions on the tollway right now, and 80. And mind your speeds. Like, just follow the speed limits. PA is a hate state with a tanker. I could see that, man. I could see that being a tough state for a tanker to go into. I guess certain areas, like if you're just going to Pittsburgh or something like that, probably not too bad. But yeah, you get out in those hills with a tanker, yeah, you're probably sloshing all over the place. Nevada, I'll argue with you all day long, man. Nevada says, I don't run Northeast because they don't pay. I will argue with you all day on that, Nevada. Now, I'm coming from a reefer. You're coming from dry van. I'm solo driver. You're a team driver. So I'm sure there's lots of differences in what we see. Northeast, to me, pays. I mean, I can run out to the Northeast for $4.50 all day long, a mile. Well, I'll say anywhere from $3.50 to $4.50 all day long running out east. And then if I get out into the Northeast, like Massachusetts, Connecticut, there is some very short paying freight that you just can't pass up. I mean, it might take you 6 hours. You know, you're probably not going to be able to do 2 of them in a day, but if you can get $1,100, $1,200 to go 100 miles, like, I'll do that. I mean, I'm giving away my strategy, but I do that all the time, man. I leave the Midwest, usually go from Minnesota to Wisconsin, and then go from Wisconsin or Chicago to the Northeast. And I have very good weeks when I do that. Some of it's contracted freight. So, like I said, I'm sure there's differences in what we can do. Because contracted freight for what I haul hasn't changed. So, like, you know, during the big boom, I took some what people would say losses. And what I mean by that was I would haul freight for $4 a mile when other guys were getting 6. Well, you know what? I'm still getting $4.50 a mile, and the other guys are getting $2.25 a mile. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know markets are different with the type of equipment we have. Yeah, you even said in the comment, reefer versus dry van. Yeah, but I will say this too, Nevada. I do enjoy seeing your, you know, every couple of weeks you'll post about how you're self-dispatching and the lanes you're running. And it's funny because I'm sure we've passed each other. You were in Ohio one day, and I mean, the video, I don't know how long before you release them, but I'm like, shit, we probably drove right by each other. It's the same per mile to Ohio as New Jersey. Yeah. Well, you're smart enough to take the Ohio run. You know what I mean? Which is crazy because, yeah, there's such a difference in dry van versus reefer. I live 20 minutes from 61 in Jackknife. I might be in Pottsville on Wednesday. No, Thursday. Might be in Pottsville on Thursday. We'll see if this broker gets back to me. I talked to him yesterday, and he told me he would call me on Monday, which then I realized Monday is Labor Day. So if he doesn't call me or email me, I'm not gonna waste my time. But if the load goes to Pottsville, oh, I skipped something. Well, Gus, I'm sorry, I skipped what you said. That's a white knuckle section of 2-lane one way. Yeah. Are you talking about 309 or what is it? 322? If you're talking about Pennsylvania, where you can cut down, you go past State College, you go by Penn State, and you can cut down. It is a sketchy road, but it's a cool road. Jackknife TV says Pennsylvania is not too bad for tankers. Turnpike and everything. Yeah, the turnpike gets expensive though. I took the turnpike all the way through Pennsylvania. I want to say I spent like $205. It was pretty damn expensive. Voice text sucks. Okay. Yeah, I try to avoid the Pennsylvania Turnpike as much as possible. Sometimes it makes sense. And what I do like about Pennsylvania is they'll tell you way in advance, like if Highway 80 is closed because of an accident. That's the other thing, man. There are so many damn accidents on Highway 80 through Pennsylvania. that sometimes I wonder, like, how does this even happen? Like, I saw a tanker rolled over on 81 like 2 months ago, dry as could be, flat ground. It wasn't like he was going, like, he must have been looking at his phone, and went off into the ditch and tried to correct and tipped over. Yeah, love that route down through State College from 80. Yeah, that's the road I take all the time, trucking with T-Bone. Didn't miss anything there. If you just draw, I'm so bad with names. Chapelic. Yeah, you guys are all gonna make fun of me. Chapelic. You didn't miss anything. We're just, as Cash is King would say, I'm not stealing his line. We're just jaw jacking, talking to a lonely trucker tonight. Okay, I should check that out and grab some barbecue next time I go through there. Oh, okay. He's not talking about 61 from 81. You know where you're up there by the Walmart DC, the Tyson. Yes, I know right where that is. It's actually, yeah, I know right where that is. You do climb a lot of hills when you take that way, like a temperate. Yes, you are right, Jackknife TV. You do climb a lot of hills when you take that bypass, but you know when you climb the hill and then you're on, God, I forget the road, but you're up in the mountains and you come across the corner and you look down and you can see for miles, like all the farmland and everything in Pennsylvania. I don't mind taking that way. Plus it saves me hundreds of dollars. And plus you take the tollway and you go through like Breezewood on 70 and all that. I mean, it just seems like you're on a never ending road. Like it's never going to end, going through the tunnels and, beautiful country, but man, it feels like you're on a never ending road. Jerome Jones is in the house. Sorry I'm late. You had newborn, your sister with the newborn baby. Oh, that's awesome, Jerome. That's awesome. Babies are the greatest. I'm glad I don't have any more babies. My neighbor has like a 10-month-old now, and my life sure is a lot easier than hers. You're back. You're back. How you doing, Insult? Yeah, I remember your name, Insult. I just can't pronounce that first word. The leaky wooden yacht. Yeah, I'm so bad at enunciation. Remember when you're in like kindergarten and first grade, you need to know the 100 words? I don't think I broadened my horizon after those 100 words. I just stayed with the 100 words. But I recognize your name, Insult. I told you in a comment I'm going to have to remember your name. That Scranton you're looking over? No, Scranton's off of 81, if I remember. I'm talking about south of State College. You take, is it 90 something? And then you get off on, God, I take this way all the damn time, and you would think I would remember the highways. Then again, I picked up from a place yesterday that I was telling DIY that I've never been there before, and I don't know what he's talking about. And sure enough, when I got there, I was in the right place. I had been there before. Yeah, okay, so here's the route you take. You take 80 to Highway 99, go past State College, and there it is. You take Highway 322, and you can run that south all the way down to like Harrisburg. Hell, you can even take it, I believe that's the way I go to Allentown, if I remember right. Yeah. Yeah, there. See, I'm going to be in Pottsville, hopefully. But yeah, I take that way all the time cut down. Oh, there he is. Velox is in the house. Where'd you shut down? Did you make it close to your delivery? Velox, I did. I did not make it to where I told you I was going to because I wanted an early day. I'm in Kentucky, but I'm only 125, 130 miles away from my delivery. I know you're busy tomorrow. I wanted to maybe try and get together, but I wanted to shut down early. I actually had a prime rib dinner. You should see. I got leftover. You should see this slab of prime rib this restaurant gave me. Absolutely delicious. Yeah, channel's going south now with him here. Yeah. I may be in Nashville tomorrow. Dude, Nevada, hit me up. Hit me up. I have nothing going on tomorrow. I do not deliver until Monday. If you are in that area tomorrow, hit me up. I'll be chilling at the house about an hour away. Man, maybe you can tell your kid that you need to go take care of a trucker. Actually, you know what? I need a shower at Pilot. I'm just saying. Damn, I'm giving away too much information. But yeah, Nevada, Velox, hit me up. Velox, if your plans change, you know where I'll be. Hit me up. Nevada, if you're driving through that area, hit me up because we'll definitely cross paths. But yeah, I'm just going to have a lazy night tonight. I was watching the Ohio State Notre Dame college football game, and the restaurant that was in just got too loud for me. They started having live music, which is cool, but, you know, I didn't want to be around. I'm just going to check football scores. Because that's actually a big game. Notre Dame versus Ohio State. And Notre Dame's winning 10-7 third quarter. Notre Dame's defense looks legit. Notre Dame's college football defense looks legit. Their offense, I mean, they're going up against Ohio State, legendary defenses as well. But yeah. Jackknife TV says, Gus FC, he's either talking about the top of 80 on 81 when you overlook and see the golf course and farmland. Okay, so I've seen that. And the house is over there, or maybe he's talking about running 99. He said Breeze. Okay, yeah, I know I said Breezewood, and I was talking about that lane, but you are right. I am talking about 99, Jackknife. And then when you turn on to 322, and then 322, you come around a corner, and you look down. There's trees on your side, but you can see through the trees, and you look down, and it's just rolling hills with tons of farmland. Beautiful area. Nomadic Brit says, I'm going through Nashville, but if you degenerates are all over there, I'll avoid it. Come on. Jackknife TV says, Nevada, I know last week, at least for flatbed, Nashville and Louisville, Kentucky area was pretty busy with some decent rates there. Yeah, I don't run flatbed. I did that before, and I hope to never run flatbed again. Although I've heard flatbed, even in the area I live in, flatbed's been pretty good. I've seen a lot of construction stuff moving around the Twin Cities in Minnesota. I'm really happy with reefer work. It fits who I am. I don't mind staying up late. The only thing I don't like about reefer freight is like the wait times. I do get jealous when I watch some dry van videos of guys pulling in places and they get loaded super fast or unloaded within like an hour. That's not always typical with, I'll just share this. I had a delivery. I took a load. I got $10.09 a mile for the last load I just delivered. However, my appointment was at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I did not leave there until 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, it sucked. still really good money, but when you sit that long, 6 hours in a dock, like, a lot of times I'll climb in the bunk and go to sleep, but the way that this load was set up is I delivered at a facility in Wisconsin that I got reloaded at and drove 100 miles down the road and made a delivery in Madison, Wisconsin. Paid me $1,100 to do it. Easy money. I got loaded, drove down there and thought, hey, I'll check in early. I checked in at 11 o'clock at night for a 2 a.m. appointment, and I didn't get into the dock until 2:45, and then sat there until 8 o'clock in the morning. So I kind of slept when I was being offloaded and reloaded, so I wasn't tired. So I stayed up. That's why I am where I am tonight. I was planning on being closer to my delivery for Monday morning so I could meet up with a couple of people in Tennessee, or at least have the opportunity to maybe meet up with some people. And I didn't sleep hardly at all Friday. So Thursday night, Friday morning. So I pulled over yesterday early and ended up sleeping for 12 hours. But yeah, reefer freight can be kind of crappy. Leaky Wooden Yacht says, would you go to New York with all the crap going on? I don't know what's going on in New York. Yes, I will go to New York. I will not go to New York City. I've learned the power of the word no. Now, like Nevada Trucking and Trails, if he's still in here, he did a great video a couple of months ago of going into, I always say Brooklyn, but I don't think it was Brooklyn. It was somewhere else he went into. And I know he got paid a lot of money to do it. At some point, money doesn't matter to me if I'm all stressed. And, I know I'd be stressed going into an area I've never been in before, and especially like that. So I stay away from New York. I do go to upstate New York all the time. But I don't know what's going on in New York right now. Yeah, I like that part. I typically am done being loaded in an hour. Rarely I get caught up long. See, that's nice about dry van. And like flatbed. A lot of flatbed stuff, you're going to, like if you're bringing steel someplace, usually you can get unloaded pretty quickly. At least in my experience, I was unloaded quickly. I like being appreciated, not having the crazy, ridiculous hours where I'm forced not to sleep during my 10-hour break to make sure I'm unloaded. Yeah, Jackknife, that is a thing. Here's the other thing, though. A lot of these grocery warehouses, not all of them, most of them will call you, though, so you can climb in the back and sleep. If you're able to sleep with your truck bouncing from getting loaded and unloaded, I'll share a little secret with you. Just lower your landing gear. Lower your landing gear, and that takes away the bouncing of the truck and trailer. But yeah, I mean, the hours are ridiculous. You run a lot of split sleeper because it makes sense to do it that way. But yeah. I scored $3.77 a mile, Clarksville to Dallas. Good job, Mark Ely. Hopefully Dallas pays you going out. I've had some decent luck before going into Texas. Not Dallas area. I'll go over to like further western part of Texas and then hop over to New Mexico and get a beef load out of New Mexico. But yeah, good for you. I'm glad. See, like $3.77 a mile, man. Like there's still good paying freight out here. Ohio State is trying to score now. At least tie it. Are they really? Oh, they must have scored touchdown. Now they're leading 14-10. Still, man. Notre Dame's got, I can't remember their coach's name. Notre Dame, he's freshman coach. He used to play he actually played linebacker for Ohio State. Freeman? I think is his name. I would like, the fact that I'm a Big Ten guy in football, I would like to see Ohio State lose, just because in the Midwest they're so dominant all the time, and because Notre Dame for so long played an independent schedule, they kind of went under the radar. What was that? 2012, 2013, they played for the national championship and just got destroyed. But I'd like to see Notre Dame beat Ohio State tonight. You're in Heartland, Wisconsin. Nice. Oh yeah, New York City is pretty much waging war on local truck drivers with parking, but I've also heard they're going after truck drivers for just about any offense. Okay, I did see them towing and booting trucks. I kind of have my own opinion on that. We do not have enough parking in this country for what the country is demanding out of truck drivers. We just don't. I live in a state and like a area of the Twin Cities that we can't park on the streets anymore. Can't park on exit ramps. You will get ticketed or you will get towed. And then we had places that started accepting trucks to park in these facilities in certain like bus garages and stuff that have a lot of open area, but they're charging ridiculous amounts of money. I spent $292 on parking last month, and that was just in my area, like where I live. And I believe that was for 13 nights. I paid almost $300 for parking. I asked about monthly rates, and I believe she told me it was $600 for a monthly parking spot there. That is outrageous. I do understand that sometimes truck drivers are going to park in residential areas, and like I think about Chicago, right? I don't know much about New York, like the city of New York or like all the little boroughs, but like look at Chicago, right? If you park on the side of the road in Chicago, you're probably taking 4 to 5 car spots that, that's their only parking. And I'm not saying the truck should be ticketed or towed, but I think these cities need to do more to have available parking for truck drivers. That's good to know New York's doing that. Maybe I stay away from New York. And apparently New Jersey now, a lot of the northern cities are starting to crack down on truck parking. I don't know where they think they're going to go. Yeah, they leave us with no option. Minneapolis and St. Paul did that last year. There's nowhere to park in the metro area of Minneapolis and St. Paul. You have you have 2 truck stops, one that's about 10 miles away from downtown St. Paul. And then you have another one that's about 25 miles away from St. Paul. And that's it. I mean, you can go up into like St. Cloud, Clearwater and find truck stops, but there's one in Rogers, Minnesota, but there's no truck parking in Minnesota. There's times that I park my truck and go home, but I have to park my truck in a different state. Like, I have to park it in Wisconsin and then either take an Uber or call my wife, 45 minutes, an hour away from where I live to come and pick me up. It's getting outrageous. I believe it was Hunts Point, right? New York. Yeah, I remember it was $14,000. I mean, that's insane. Still, though, like, I don't know if it's worth the hassle. Here's that name again. I'm gonna butcher. Chelpelek. I'm lucky. I get mostly preloaded Tyson loads, running reefer for company. I run to New York City all the time. I say no to anywhere else East Coast though. It's much worse. Now see, like I like New Jersey. I don't know what the problem is with New Jersey. The ports of Jersey get kind of tight and it's kind of a hassle in the ports of New Jersey, but I don't mind New Jersey at all. Connecticut, Massachusetts. I mean, I don't really mind those areas. I just I don't know how I would fare going into New York City. Yeah. And you got to cross the George Washington. I've only done that one time. The Bronx, yeah, that's what I thought it was. Hunts Point is great. So I've seen a lot of videos of guys going into those areas where like they're getting unloaded on the streets. Like that's crazy too. Like you're blocking off the road. Bill's running into Memphis tonight. Like me some Memphis. Just be careful of short bridges or low bridges. Memphis is notorious for all those railroad crossings. Velox has a question. Mark Ely, is that van, reefer, or flatbed? I forget what you haul. I believe Mark hauls reefer freight, if I remember right. Might have been Wilkes-Barre. I remember when New York State changed all the bridge heights. LOL. Yeah, so the bridge heights in New York, you got to be careful because it's going to look like you're going under a bridge that you're not supposed to go under. But I believe New York City does that for like ice pack or snow pack. Like it might say 13.4, but it's actually like 13.6, 13.7. They just say that for snowpack, if I remember right. Yep, up there in Ashley Sugar Notch. Okay. They made it so you have Leaky Wooden Yacht. They made it so you have to pay $18 a night or more to park by Morning Company where my boat is, or you have to walk a mile. My goodness. Yeah. Good night, Nomadic Brit. Oh. Sorry, I don't even know what I'm doing. There we go. I agree with the city. Don't legally park. Yeah, but elections have consequences. Yeah. I see why they did it in Minneapolis and St. Paul. I'll be honest. Like, what I don't understand is they also did it in North Minneapolis. Now, North Minneapolis, A, I would never leave my truck there. But B, the ramps, like there's tons of frontage roads, basically. Like you exit off of 94 and you take a frontage road. Now, these frontage roads, on one side are houses, on the other side or like across the freeway is all industrial. Like you are not like impeding on the residents of North Minneapolis. If you are parked on, let's say it's the east side of 94, you're not harassing anybody, but like what ended up happening is people were parking and abandoning their equipment on like these frontage roads. So you had box trucks on blocks, you had boats with no trailers just laying on the road. So the city went in and cleaned everything up and then said, well, we're not going to allow parking on the frontage roads anymore. I see why they did it, but I also, like, you leave us no option. Like, there's nowhere for those guys to park. But then I saw people park right in downtown. Like, you park in downtown, like, you are impeding all the residents that live in downtown. You're impeding all the traffic coming in and out of the city. Like, you should not park there. Or they'll park by the university, the downtown university. Like, these are high traffic areas. You should not park a semi on the shoulder of the road. Like, for one, it's dangerous. For two, like, you're gonna get hit or your windows are gonna get broken out because you're gonna piss off a lot of people. Hunt, Hunts Point hookers everywhere. Oh, sorry. Hey, Faith, that's some ship pilot by some feed plant over in Minneapolis. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me read this whole comment. F8, there's some ship pilots by some feed plant over in Minneapolis. I believe either the pilot or the feed plant rent out monthly spots. I don't think it's 600. So that pilot you're talking about is in Inver Grove Heights. Do not park there. Do not park there. It's right by the CHS. Is that the company? CHS plant. Yeah, don't park there. And the CHS plant, you can park there. You can get monthly parking there. But when I called, I think the wait list was like 325. Like I'm like 325th in line to get a parking spot there. That's right. You're getting into like where the refinery and stuff is. I know right where you're talking about. Yeah, don't park there though. It's a dirty place. Like, and you're gonna get hit. Like it's not a good place to park. Their reserve spots though are $10 a night, which is pretty cheap for a pilot. I paid $20 for my reserve parking tonight that I'm not using. Oh, Mark runs van. Okay, man, Mark, you post a lot of stuff, and I didn't realize you were in van. About what you're making. You must have the good connect. Jack Knight, yeah, I know right where that pilot is. Nevada's going to bed. Good night. Minneapolis impedes itself by drive so slow. Yeah, Minneapolis. Hold on. Minneapolis speed limit, like if you're on 35 and stuff like that, like they lower the speed big time. Even over on like Highway 55, I believe it's 55 miles an hour. Nevada's going to bed. Shannon saying goodnight to Nevada. Yeah, what time is it? 9:30? Maybe I should call home. And then watch some football. Hey, Bellox, if you're still in here, update on the football game. Guess I'll use my phone. Ooh, they got the ball again. Bummer. Anyways. Oh. Yeah, what should we talk about? Somebody let's have like an open discussion here. There's 10, 11 people in here. Let's have a discussion about something that I like. I just ate a wonderful steak dinner. Yeah, Shannon. That's good when you're on the road and you can find a good hit the like button, folks. Yeah, hit the like button for me. I appreciate that. I had a really good prime rib dinner. This cut of prime rib they gave me was just massive. I have leftovers. I'll have prime rib and eggs in the morning because I don't have to get out of here right away unless I want to, which who knows, maybe I will. That's the other thing about being a reefer driver. You really get used to working very strange hours. And then you end up adapting to that, like working overnights, and then all of a sudden you have to work during the day. Like, there are definitely favorite beef jerky brand. Oh, Shannon, you cooked it up. Good for you, Shannon. Lynx, I would say that's just what I typically buy. I can't remember the beef jerky that I bought in Missouri. I bought some beef jerky from a place in Missouri. It wasn't Old Trapper. And it was really, really good, but it was like thick cut beef jerky. You know what I mean? It wasn't the fine cut. I don't eat a lot of beef jerky just because of all the salt. Salt's not a bad thing, but I just don't like it. I don't eat a lot of beef jerky. Trying to think like what my go-to snack is. Probably popcorn. Like, I like popcorn. That's probably my go-to snack. I really like popcorn. Um, that's probably my go-to snack. If I'm sitting down, yeah, it would be popcorn. Driving, I don't eat a lot when I drive. I drink. I usually drink one of these in the morning. Matter of fact, I'm going to have one right now. I usually drink one of these in the morning and have a banana or a no added sugar peaches. That's usually what I do in the morning. Or I'll drink this and have a couple of spoonfuls of peanut butter. Piss bottle when driving. Oh, hold on, I've skipped. I like ice cream, but can't have it. Makes me fat. Oh, that won't make you fat. Discipline, Shannon. That's all it is. I like Man's Lamb beef jerky out of Oklahoma. That's like the dried out, salty, real cowboy jerky. Yeah, and this jerky I got in Missouri was kind of like that. And I liked that. I don't know why I'm drinking this now. I like it though. Pee bottle when driving or stop every time. I stop. I stop. Yeah, I stop every time. Just because I've had accidents before when I haven't stopped, and I don't want to have them again. Over 23 years, to say I haven't spilt pee all over my floor or all over my pants would be a lie. I have. So I stop every time. Not every time do I stop and like use a bathroom though. But yeah, I stop every time I need to pee. If you drink anything, I pee it out fast. So do I. Insult. I hope you don't mind me still calling you insult. So do I. So I kind of monitor how much I drink when I'm driving. But like I also drink a lot of water. What I usually do in the mornings is I drink this breakfast drink. If I have bought an orange juice, like brought it with me, I'll have a glass of orange juice, a cup of coffee, and then I don't drink anything for a while. And then it's straight to water after that. And then I usually, probably like 2 hours after driving, I'm going to have to stop and take a pee. So I'll stop, take a pee, and then, just keep doing the routine. That sounds good, man. I like hard-boiled eggs, salt and pepper. Absolutely, jackknife. And like I said, if I bring like orange juice with me, I always have it in the morning. I like super cold orange juice, so what I'll usually do is I'll walk in and get a little cup of ice also and pour my orange juice into that. I did not bring orange juice with me this time. I bought some, but I never took it out of my fridge, so my family's enjoying orange juice. But yeah, I try and eat. Like I said, I drink this breakfast essential drink in the morning, and usually eat a banana or some peaches, and then I don't eat for a while. I don't eat until usually like the end of my day. Now, if I have hard-boiled eggs or if I bought some like egg whites, those are super easy for me to cook in the truck. So like if I have an early morning delivery, that's usually when I will cook a breakfast. I'll make some egg whites with some sausage or something, even some toast. I'll cook the toast in the pan, butter it, kind of like you would make a grilled cheese sandwich. I'll Other than that, I don't really eat a lot. Part of that's due to like I don't want to just eat all the time, and because I don't exercise a lot, you know, I get out and walk and stretch, but I'm not one of these truckers that's like lifting weights or has a kettlebell or anything like that. I don't do any of that. I stretch. I stretch and walk. Those are the two things I do. But I don't do it for like my walk. Like my walk tonight consisted of like maybe a half hour. I'll probably get out and walk one more time before I go to bed just because I pulled over today and slept. For all you that don't know, I'm still getting over that virus that's kind of going around. So the way it affected me is it just wipes out all my energy. I don't have a lot of energy. So when I pulled over this afternoon after 7.5 hours of driving, I slept for like 3 hours. And then woke up, went and got a really good dinner, prime rib and baked potato and a salad. And then I went out on a walk for a little bit, finished watching Shannon's live, and then decided to go live. But like right now, I'm getting tired. I'm worn out. I think I'm going to end it here tonight. I really appreciate everybody coming in. If you haven't, do me one more favor though. Hit the thumbs up for me. I just started rambling there. Okay. What are you about there? Insult. That's the thing. Like the way I'm dealing with this is you gotta go see you. Oh, okay. Gotta go too. Well, take it easy, insult. I get a lot of energy, and then all of a sudden my energy is like just gone. Kind of sucks actually. I had a really tough day the other day. Like I said, I had that load at 6 o'clock at night and then deliver at 2 in the morning, and my whole sleep schedule got messed up, and recovering from this, like it's been tough. Anyways, I don't know. But I like having the rest time to go in, get a shower in the morning at a truck stop, then need a real breakfast at Denny's. Yeah, that's really nice, man. I like having that. Oh, wow. A bunch of people jumped up. Yeah, I had prime rib for dinner. Old school, new school's in the house. Got here before you decide to stop. About to go to bed myself. Oh, have a good night. Yeah, so I shower at weird times of the day. Now, like tomorrow morning, I will shower right away in the morning because I don't have anywhere to be. But I typically like showering in like the middle of the day. I'll stop very early afternoon, like maybe even morning time, like 11, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Usually truck stops are wide open at that time, and no waits for the showers. And then what that does is it kind of like rejuvenates me to go on for the rest of the day. But like tomorrow, like I showered last night. Yeah, I stopped early yesterday, so I showered early yesterday, and then I'll shower tomorrow morning. I didn't shower today, but I didn't do anything. Like I drove for 7.5 hours, and that was it. But I'll shower in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. Hope that stuff gets out of you. So, okay. But I like having rest time, Denny. Nothing. What did I miss here, Jackknife? No. Knowing nothing about Ken West out of Connecticut. No, nothing. If you can stay asleep more during this time, it will help your immune system. Yeah, it's just, dude, I think this is a natural progression of what's going on. Now like my daughter got it too, and she never really experienced anything. She got a little sniffles for a couple of days, and that was it. I think vitamins play a role. Take some vitamins. Give your body some stuff you typically your body probably is neglected from, especially for what our jobs are. But yeah, I think it's just natural progression of this, whatever it is. For me, like I said, the worst part of it was just the no energy aspect. I still do have a cough, and it's a very strange cough. But other than that, I feel great. Like no headaches, no nothing. It did really wipe me out though for like 3 days, where my body was sore. I had a fever. I had headache for like 3 days straight, but that's gone now. So now it's just back to the trucking life. I'm in a truck for a while. I got a vacation coming up in October, which I can't believe we're doing it, but we're going fishing. We have a fishing tournament. We have a fishing trip planned the 20th of October in northern Minnesota, which is going to be freezing cold, but should be a fun time. This 30 minutes to an hour naps really help me out sometimes on a long day driving 700 miles. Absolutely. I've never driven. Well, that's not true. When I used to run a lot of exempt loads, which I technically could run almost exempt all the time with the freight that I haul. But I typically don't try and run a lot, man, like long days like that. I think the month of August, my longest day was 525 miles. But that's just because of the freight I haul. You know what I mean? Like, if I go 1,000 miles, it's always a couple of days. You know what I mean? They never want it there in like a day. It's always 2 days. Well, 1,000 miles in 2 days isn't that hard to do, or 2.5 days. That's not hard to do. The way I do things, where I come from, like where my loads usually originate from to get me out east, my goal is always to make it through Chicago, whether I'm coming through Minnesota or from Minnesota or Wisconsin. I don't stop until I get through Chicago. Once I get through Chicago into Indiana, let's say if I'm heading south on Highway 30 or 65 or something like that, that's when I stop. And then my next day, I usually drive and get as close as I can to a receiver and then shut down. That's typically how I do it. Barry says, my ignorant ass, ain't no audio on this live. My earbud wasn't in my ear. Good one, Barry. Jackknife, there has to be some way around that city that's faster and doesn't cost $80 in tolls. The only other way to get through Chicago, from Minnesota, this isn't true. Yes, you can get through Chicago if you take 39 south. And then you're going to have to take that south and then cut back across on 55 would be no tolls. Highway 80, you'll pay a toll. The only other way through it is to head down into Iowa and cut east in Iowa. But, I typically just take 94, 41 south back onto 94. You don't pay any tolls going that way, but you deal with Chicago. Like you drive through the heart of Chicago. And that sucks. But once you do it enough, you learn the traffic patterns of Chicago, and you know when to drive through Chicago and when not to drive through Chicago. Now, sometimes, you'll think, oh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. That might be the worst time to drive through there. Like on a Friday or Saturday night, that's the worst time to drive through Chicago. Wait until about 3 o'clock in the morning and you're good. The thing is, once you get through like South Chicago, like you'll go past the White Sox Stadium, and then all you have to do is get like 5 miles outside of downtown and you're solid. Like you're good. It's just getting there that can be kind of hectic. If anyone wants to help me save a 111-year-old boat, I trade pirate tours for donations. Sorry for no no problem. Insult. And man, some of the third world risky rink mid-blowing driving I've ever seen has been in Chicago. Yeah, Chicago driving is nuts for one. Like you'll see speed limit signs for 45, 50 miles an hour. If you're not going 60 or 65, like you're causing a backup. You know what I mean? Chicago, yeah. I guess I've just learned to accept it. I guess it's like people like, I believe it was that name I can't pronounce. Chalepoli, whatever. Says he goes to New York City all the time. It's probably no skin off of his back to like drive through that city. Chicago's kind of the same way. Might be some gangsters in Chicago roaming. So, want to hear a funny thing? I ran into some on, I believe it was New Year's Eve. When was it? I can't remember the exact time, but there's a highway. Highway 6 will run you, like you can skip all the tolls, and you can take Highway 6 in like South Chicago across to 80 and not pay any of the tolls. You'll take 57 and stuff like that, but there's lots of stoplights. Man, and it was like 1:45, 2 in the morning. I'm the only thing on the road, and I come to a stoplight, and man, these like there was like 9 of them, and they walked out in front of my truck and just stood there. Like I thought, man, it's only a matter of time before they like pull out a gun or something. And you know me, I got my rap music just cranked. My windows are down in my truck, and I thought, oh my! If you've ever watched the movie Office Space, where he turns down Tupac as the guy's walking up, a black guy's walking by his car, I kind of did that. Turned my radio down and just thought, oh man, like don't let anything happen to me. Start rolling up my windows, and they looked at me until the light turned green. The minute the light turned green, they finished walking across the street. Like it was kind of a scary thing. But I also see that where I live. I live in not where I live, I guess. If I leave where I live and go into the cities, Minneapolis isn't known for being like a big gang city. I'll tell you what, man, there are a few gangs in that city that like are very dangerous gangs. One of them's a Somali gang, and they're very, very dangerous. Like you don't mess with them. They're very dangerous. Every city needs to learn from Chicago. Get down the damn road. Fully agree with that. Chicago's like that, man. Man, I'm not talking about speeding. I'm talking about like crossing 4 lanes of traffic, driving down the shoulder, 100 miles an hour, driving backwards, doing donuts in the middle of the highway. Yeah, you'll see that. You'll see that for sure. In Chicago. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here tonight. Thank you, everybody. Saudi gangsters get a 2-wheelers at 150 miles. Yeah. So yeah, you see some of those on those little bikes doing that too. But I'm going to wrap it up here tonight. like I said, I'm tired. Now I'm just rambling. So thank you everybody for coming. If you do me one solid though, hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate it, and it kind of helps this small channel. It's growing, but it's actually growing at a speed that's like manageable, because of the community we have here. Part of me thinks if I ever got lucky and like got a big channel, I would lose the community aspect, and I don't really want to lose the community aspect. Great people in here: Jackknife TV, Nevada, Mark, Insult, Wooden Yacht, Barry, Shannon. I can't name you all, but I appreciate everybody's support. And I just hit something on my laptop that I don't know what to do. Border, bubble. I can put themes and stuff in here. All right, yeah, my wife just texted me, so I'm gonna get out of here. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. If you're driving, drive safe, and let's say the catchphrase together. Till next time. Oh, I forget what it even is. Keep on trucking, something like that. I forget my own catchphrase. Anyways, take it easy, guys. Later.